The signing that cost the Raiders $25 million is likely to be a failure, and that has everyone worried. Everything suggests that the Raiders are now concerned about the amount of money paid to this reserve. It is a lot of money that should have been invested in another way. At least they are thinking about it now. Subscribe to the channel if you want to receive all the information about the official Raiders. As the Las Vegas Raiders offseason progresses, it's looking more and more like a quarterback battle between Aidan O'Connell and Gardner Minshew, with the former having the slight edge. The team gave Minshew a $25 million contract in free agency, which would be a lot to pay a backup. If he can't win the job, the Raiders may have some buyer's remorse. Bleacher Report's David Keon went through and picked each team's biggest free agent flop and picked Minshew for Las Vegas. On the one hand, it's fair to recognize that Gardner Minshew too is probably a caretaker option at best, Kenyon wrote in a July 14th column. Maybe the Raiders think Aidan O'Connell could be a long-term answer, but the more likely scenario is that Las Vegas targets a top quarterback in the 2025 NFL Draft. Minshew is a solid veteran, but he doesn't move the needle, especially in the AFC West. That said, last year proved how important it is to have a decent backup quarterback. The Raiders went through 3 starters last season. Even if O'Connell gets the Week 1 nod, it's possible Minshew could start games. Considering the Raiders don't have a ton of money dedicated to the quarterback position, paying Minshew $12.5 million per year isn't a high price to pay. Even though O'Connell and Minshew are solid players this season, there's no denying that the Raiders have one of the weakest quarterback rooms in the NFL. The AFC West also has 2 of the best quarterbacks in the league. However, the Raiders have had limited options this offseason, and the team is happy with its quarterbacks, according to Tashan Reed of The Athletic. The Raiders' front office and coaching staff are confident that Minshew or O'Connell will excel during training camp practices and preseason games, Reed wrote in a July 10th column. As Jimmy Garoppolo's lineup showed last season, whoever is the day 1 starter won't necessarily hold that position for the entire regular season. It will depend on performance, of course, but it wouldn't be a surprise if Minshew and O'Connell take the field at some point this year. The Raiders have several good playmakers on offense, which only makes it easier for the quarterback. If the defense can be a top 10 unit again in 2024, the team as a whole could be good enough to make the playoffs.